Hey, what's going on? My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Click the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't. Do that stuff. But this is a weekly look ahead. So what are some things that I'm looking at for this next week going forward? What are some of the companies that I'm looking at? Some of the chart patterns, just to see what I'm doing. So we're going to jump in here, do a weekly look ahead. So what I'm seeing and I'm doing. I'm locked and loaded for gold and silver to move higher. I've got royalty companies and some explorers I added to. I am continuing to watch this area closely because we just broke out for silver. Gold is still putting in a little bit of work, but I think we're going to see a strong move to the upside either the end of this year or early next year. Oil and nat gas, they are looking strong. Oil's moving up and natural gas is going up. So I'm looking at SWN and AR. Both of those are looking great. I'm watching these and adding to these positions that I have. SM, QEP, and MCF, I am watching those. They are all at resistance level. Well, SM and QEP are at resistance levels. MCF just broke a resistance level, so that one should be able to move higher off of from where it's at today. And uranium has been strong overall. I'm watching this sector. Looks like laramide, LMRXF, that one looks pretty promising. And I'm going to get into the chart patterns that I'm seeing here and show you what I'm seeing. So Southwestern Energy, you can see it broke those two big downtrends. And it's starting to flatten out on the bottom. So this is what I like to see. This looks like a bottoming process. If you zoom in, this is what it looks like up real close. We broke to the upside of this chart pattern here. We're moving higher and we're in another pattern here. I like buying on the bottom of this pattern because I think eventually we'll break to the upside. Volume stick, coming back in. And what I'm hoping to see is this thing to track towards the top of this channel and eventually break this little pattern we've got going here. And break to the upside and move on up. Here is Antero Resources, AR, broke its downtrend, looking good. Zooming in, we're at the top of this chart pattern right now. And if we move here, if it breaks above this pattern, I think it could potentially move to the upside quite a bit. I'm seeing the volume step in, it's looking really good. Laramide Resources, look at this guy. Broke its downtrend. We're definitely above the downtrend. We had a little pullback and now we're moving higher. And I'm going to zoom in on this area here. If you zoom in, we're just above this resistance level here. It hasn't broken out yet, but you could see a big move higher when it breaks free from the sellers in this area up here. You can see there's a lot of sellers here. That's what the wicks on the top are. It's going to have to break through this selling pressure here. And once it breaks through that, I think you might see a good move higher. So that's one that I added into on this downtrend break. It came up, pulled back. I added right in here. That's where I like adding. And you can see the volume. Look at the volume step in here. Someone's buying this in mass. So just be patient. CCJ, Camco Corp, another one I'm looking at because this is kind of a leader. It broke out and we're kind of, sitting here in a little pullback up here. And I think there's some stuff back here that correlates to this price right here. So I think it's going to pull back, kind of sit here, and then we'll break to the upside, I think. Lots of volume stepping in. This looks exceptionally good. So those are the ones that I'm looking at this week. I'm watching those. I think Camco's a leader in uranium, so that's always one to watch. Laramide, I think, the laggard. So I'm looking at that one. I added a little bit, and I'm just watching to see what it's doing. We broke to the upside of that chart pattern. I am expecting it to either go sideways or higher. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And Antero Resources is breaking its large chart pattern. That one has me interested as well. So that's what I'm looking at. This is kind of our weekly look ahead. These are the charts that I'm seeing. This is what gets me interested. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.